Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical, and welcome back to episode 26 of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Check it out, we've got a lot of this bridge already done. So if you missed the live stream on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, we did this. We built this one pillar. I've gone in and built the other three. The only thing I need now is the gold. I've got about 44 blocks, but I need about 9 stacks, so I just got AFK at the gold farm for a bit. But those will go in there, and then I've just got to build the kind of archways that connect from here to here on each one of these. But other than that, I don't have any rockets, unfortunately, so I have an ender pearl around at the moment. Ow, hey, no. But yeah, this is done on the top part. Like, I've got all of this in place. I've got all the gold in, going all the way down to over here. I've stopped it. Oh, hello. I've stopped it at the edge of where that polished black stone path will be. If you go over here, there's this that goes around the edge that I have to finish. I've stopped the bridge at the edge of that because I don't know what I'm going to do after this, so I don't really want to build that too much further after that until I get that figured out. At least not on this side. I maybe should do it on that side. But at the moment, I'm more focused about getting this area done. These designs, I talked about this in the live stream, but I know not everybody watches that, so I'm going to go over what we did again. It's pretty much the same design as this one here. The only difference being, instead of there being 2 blocks here and 2 stairs and then 3, there's actually 3 blocks here, one of which is a chiseled, and then there's 2 stairs and a block in the middle. So it kind of does a wider bit of space with each pattern, which I think looks better for the tall ones. I like this for the small ones, but I think for the tall ones, I think having larger sections makes it look more structurally sound. At the moment, it looks super bland because I don't have any of the gold in, but we'll get that in, and then we'll get those arches going, and it'll look pretty cool. As far as down here goes, I know this is like a huge open area. I need to do something here. I don't know if I want to do like a second archway here where you can walk from one to the other, or if I want to do like a big flag hanging down. I'm not sure yet. I need to get all of that figured out. Obviously down here will all be filled with stuff eventually, but I think this is really, really tall, so I feel like we need something here. I could also do like a crossbeam or something. I don't know. I need to figure that out, but at the moment I'm just worried about getting the actual like structure of it in, like the base structure. But yeah, I don't have too much more to go. I am out of nether brick other than stairs, I think. I think I have stairs and fences still, but I'm out of blocks, slabs, and what's the other one? Walls. Walls are the big thing that I'm out of, and those are expensive, so I've got to get all of those things still. I'm going to have to shift this a little bit and figure out how to do this, because it's actually on a like, it's not on a centerpiece, it's on like the side of one of these things, so I gotta figure that out. But that is pretty much good to go. And yeah, you can see here these aren't quite connected yet. I haven't gotten around to doing any of the underside of the bridge yet, so I'm still gonna do that. But we're gonna check back in here at the end of the episode, because I think for the rest of this episode, we're gonna go over some stuff that I did in a live stream later in the week. I actually haven't done that live stream yet. This is all out of order. But we're going to be working on cleaning up some of the area over by the harbor and potentially laying out some areas for future projects. So I want to make sure all of that gets done and in place. And I don't think there's too much more for me to do here other than just grind away on getting nether bricks and stuff. Actually, I want to see something. Can I make this, by the way? Is that something I'm going to accomplish? Nailed it. That was awesome. And then let's do one more. I want to go down here. I want to see if the piglin setup we have over here actually has any nether brick, just out of curiosity. Hello? It does. It has a little bit, but not too terribly much. There's a lot of crap in here. I need to clear this out. I've got books, a lot of iron, a lot of obsidian, a lot of crying obsidian. That's a lot. 53? How many? 8 of those, the teleport thing, not the teleport things. What are they called? Respawn anchors? I could build like 8 of those. I also still have to replace this over here, but I'm not going to worry about that today, I don't think. But anyways, I'm rambling on. I'm kind of just walking around now, looking at different things. But I'm really excited about this. This looks really cool. I think we're going to build another one of these buildings like this over on this side. Like right there. Well, I have that there. I want to build one there, though, I think. Just to have like two here, one there, and a little... Like not mirroring this one, but a little further back that direction. So... that might be something that I do eventually, but I don't have like a use for it right now. This one's still the potion tower, and I've yet to build any potion related stuff in here. It has just turned into my house, which is not helpful, but I need to get around to doing that. But anyways, so let's go ahead and jump into or over to the harbor and take a look at what I've been working on over the last couple of days. And then at the end of the episode, once we do some other stuff, we'll come back here and take a look at hopefully a finished product. Alright, so we are over here at the harbor, up in the map room, up in the entrance building. Because I just want to show you guys kind of all the stuff we've done. So I did another stream the other day, and we were working a little bit on terraforming some of this hill over here. But I've done a lot of stuff since then, and there's a couple other things that I want to do this episode while we're working over at the nether base. Trent and Zach have been working here a lot. On some buildings and stuff, and Austin's come back over here as well to work on some stuff in the last couple days. So the harbor's starting to get back into like a groove of growing a little bit. But I did want to go over the stuff that I've done, and we'll see Austin's building as well. I think you guys have seen the stuff that Trent and Zach work on. It's been there for a little bit, but we'll go over the stuff that's new. So first things first, I added this path in here that leads up to the entrance building. There was a path here that was made out of gravel and andesite, but it didn't really look good because... it's all grass here, so it doesn't make sense for the path to really be stone through this area. And also this whole area here was down a block, so I've lifted that up as well to kind of level this whole path out here. I also connected it to the building, and I did it out of grass, coarster, and podzol, which is kind of like what we had over here. I added in the podzol on this one as well, just to kind of keep it consistent throughout the area. I also got rid of that extra portal that was back over here. I don't know if you guys saw that. There was another one that had spawned back here for some reason. And then over here, yeah, let's go over here next. I still want to add a ton of these trees going all along this cliff face and everything, and I have a lot more work to do, but so far I've added in this hill, so there used to be like kind of a hole here where a bunch of caves were letting out, and it just kind of all looked like junk. And I was talking about this on stream the other day. I kind of wanted to block off the view of the back of the harbor a little bit. I didn't want this to all be open. I kind of wanted to have it like... revealing itself through the trees a little bit, but like mostly you have to walk into the city to see it. And I think we've done that pretty well here by adding this hill. This whole thing wasn't here before. So add kind of a gradual slope going up, added some rock formations here to, ease into the cliff. And then I just do some rose bushes, and I'm adding in some of these as they grow. Whoops, I think I'm in flight mode. Am I in flight mode? I'm in the ground. This is not great. Hello. Please release me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just kind of adding these as they grow so that we can have a couple more colored things up here. Whoops, you can't pick those back up once you place them. TIL. Additionally, I snowed this entire mountaintop. So basically, normally you can see like this, having it like this all the way up, and it looks chaotic. Yeah, you can see it over there. It's kind of just all over the place. I don't really like the way that looks, so I went in and I did snow on all these mountaintops. A lot of the snow melts. I think the sun actually melts the snow for some reason in this biome. I don't know what's happening with it, but I think I need to just replace everything with snow blocks. I'm not sure. But really, as long as from down here you can look at it and see it like be snow going all the way up, that's kind of the look I'm going for. And I'm going to extend that all the way across, hopefully all of these mountaintops if I can, except for maybe that I might leave since that's kind of like its own thing. But yeah, so that's one thing that I worked on for a bit. We also added in another little log over here to match this one over here. I didn't have enough rails, so I actually used fences or ladders instead. I didn't have to change any of the buildings, but I did change one little thing here. These leaves were up against the wall on this building. But since I moved the terrain up here by a block, because it was going to cut in, I thought it was weird, so I curved it in here with this. I had to move the leaves up a block, but it was going to block the windows, and I didn't want to do that, so I added in that row of grass there. And you can see out of that now. So hopefully that's not too obtrusive. It was already kind of like grassy in this area anyways. There wasn't much back here, so I don't think it's too much of an issue, but I did change that a little bit. Then coming into the city, I've done a few more things. So Austin added this building in over here. We'll take a look at that in a second. I've gone in and added in a couple more posts. I wanted to extend it all the way down this way. But Austin's been working on these paths, and he added this long one in here. And we were talking about it earlier, and we both agreed that it'd probably look a little better if this was like this, like kind of the curvy ones with all the broken up stuff, and if we reserve these straight paths for kind of the two main roads that are going to go through this area. I put this one in as a placeholder, but we were talking about it, and we were both like, yeah, it would look better if this was like winding back and forth like the rest. So I waited to put the lampposts in just until he goes through and fixes this road up. He also extended the paths going up to this building and this one here, so those are in place now. I don't really think anything's happened back that direction. He did add an alleyway here as well, kind of connecting up between these two buildings. I went through and got all the stuff that's in all these barrels and was in over here and in the chests over there that were there where that market stall is now. And I moved all of those items up into the attic space up here. Up into the top, so we got like all of our stone stuff hidden over here. All of our grass and foliage stuff, miscellaneous items, random blocks kind of back here, and then all the wood stuff is back over here. Just to kind of clean up the area, because we've both Austin and I, and I'm sure Trent's been dealing with it too, we have been talking about just like how we need something, and we've just been like looking through all the barrels to just see if we can find anything. I do have a lot of fish stored in here. I've been moving over some of the fish from the fish farm to kind of fill up this area a little bit. So we do have that going in there, and I think I put some in here too. Yeah, I kind of just randomly put some stuff in there. That is mine. I need to move that. And then the last thing I did was I added another one of these little market stalls here. We've got a few different designs going on. I figure what we'll do is if Austin has like his style we're going with, I have mine, and then if Trent comes up with one as well, and we kind of mix all three together, I feel like we'll get a pretty good balance of like just a bunch of different stalls. But that is, I think, pretty much everything that's happened. I got rid of some of the netherrack that was kind of just across the land that we've been using for road layouts. I think we pretty much are just going with whatever whatever feels right at this point. I got rid of all of that stuff, and I've been trying out putting some pods over here and stuff, but I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all the stuff that we've been working on at the moment. But I think what I'm going to do now is I got to keep working on that nether build, but I think I'm going to try to get a few more of these stalls in maybe. I may do a little like montage clip of me adding some more of those in. I think I want to put one or two over near the bookstore over here, and maybe over on the corner up here next to the forge, but I'm not sure yet. I do want to add a couple more of those in, and I want to get the rest of these trees in, or at least some more of these trees in over the area that we've done so far. So I'm going to start working on that kind of stuff, maybe making some other small changes around here as well. But I think this area is coming along pretty well. I think we've got kind of this entryway area pretty well sorted out. I think we could use one more building like back over here, which is why I kind of indented this one in the grass. I didn't want to encroach over here too much, because I think we should put a building here. Maybe not directly across from this, but like here-ish, kind of at the edge of this hill. And then I think I want to add some podzol in at the top here to kind of merge this just one more time into the grass. But yeah, I guess at some point I need to continue this clay thing that I'm doing around the rest of the island as well. But that's a lot of stuff, and that was a lot of talking. But yeah, that's kind of the tour of what we've done so far. One more thing before we cut out and start doing a little montage and then head back into the nether to check out what we've done there. I've been doing a lot of streams, so I'm getting kind of a feel for like, I'm chatting with you guys and seeing what you guys like and stuff. And a couple of people have mentioned like a world tour. And so I figured I should point this out. Episode 1 on the YouTube side is a world tour. which may seem a little weird because you wouldn't think there was much here. But we actually did 50 episodes on Twitch before I started the YouTube series. So there's 50 episodes, or about, 50-ish hours, probably way more than that. It's probably like almost 100 hours worth of like content just from me that had already been done before this YouTube series started. So if you want to see a world tour, go watch episode 1. That being said, I will do another world tour at some point. I'm probably going to wait till around episode... somewhere between episodes like 35 and maybe 50. I might wait till 50, but if I feel like one needs to be done before there, I'll do it around 35. But between then and now, not a whole lot has happened. But other people are building stuff too. But I think we see it all pretty often, so I kind of want to wait another 10 to 20 episodes before we get into a world tour, just so that there's not like a, you're not just seeing a bunch of stuff that you're like, yeah, well, you built that last episode, like I want there to be enough stuff to justify a world tour. So yeah, that's my only reason for not doing a world tour right now, but there will be one in the future at some point. So but yeah, episode 1, just go check that out. I'll link it in the description just for anyone who does want to go back and watch the world tour. I'll link that there. Okay, I'm going to start doing this other little detail stuff that I want to work on and getting that nether thing finished up, and then we will bounce back in once we're all finished up with that. All right, so we have made quite a lot more progress here. I don't want to spend too long walking around here talking about everything we did, but I do want to go over it all real quick before we head back over to the nether to finish out. So you guys saw some of this, but I've added in a couple of trees. So I built that one, I think, on camera, and then I've got this much taller one over here. I grassed this area up here up a little bit, and then I added in this little kind of shipping crate. It's the same design that we have over on the crane over there. I also threw a couple of those out at the front over here. So we got one there and one here. And I threw in a little market stall over here as well. I feel like this really helps bring us in to the harbor area, having this kind of stuff out over here. And of course, I've extended some of the paths out and stuff to compensate. Also, what I was talking about earlier with like the blocking the view of the harbor from this angle, this definitely helps with that. So I think that is a good placement for that. I also... What else did I do? Oh, it was back over here. Yeah. So I added in two more stalls back over here in the corner. We are going to put a building here. Me and Austin were talking about this yesterday. We want to have one kind of out in front of this over to the side here. So I tried to keep this off to the side out of the way that, but I added in this path leading up towards here. I don't know where the entrance for this area is supposed to be. Oh, it is here. I didn't see this gate before. Okay, I'll extend this up to kind of reach up to that, but I didn't end up adding this path over this way. And I think that's pretty much it. I think there was a couple of other like little detail things that I did that aren't really worth mentioning, just some subtle stuff. I did open the map up here a little bit. If we go up here, I extended this off this way so you can actually see, whoops, I knew that was going to happen. So you can actually see a lot more of the harbor. Oh, that was the other thing I did. I added some podzol along the edge of the dirt, like I said I was going to. If we go down here and take a look. Whoops, I shut the door in my own face. If we go over here and take a look down the edge, you can see that there's just a little bit of podzol added in the edge here. I may bring it in a little bit more, but for now, until we get some buildings in here and stuff, I'm not going to worry about it. But let's head back over to the Nether and work on that a little bit. I got the bridge finished up, so let's go check that out, and then we have one other little thing we're going to do before we finish off the episode. Okay, so we are back over here at the Nether base, and check it out. This is done. Well, okay, we got to extend it that way to breach the portals, but the main portion of the bridge is completely finished. So I think in the last clip, the top was already on and I was just missing the gold on these pillars. So all the gold is in place now, and all of the archways, even on the ends, are all 5 in place. So this looks pretty freaking awesome. Like, it's super cool to see this. I definitely need something to fill these sections here. At least the 2 big ones. I think either either like some cross beams or a flag or just something, you know, sitting there to have something there. We could maybe like dock a ship or something there. I'm not sure. I'll come up with something to fill there, but I think this looks super, super cool. It just looks like it's like a highway going over the top of our thing. And I feel like this now perfectly frames out the portal and kind of gives you a scale for how big this portal really is, having that up there. So this is super cool. And I'm really happy that we finally got around to doing this because it's inspiring me to get some other buildings and stuff in here as well. But before we end this episode off, I want to take, well, you know what, let's do a quick walk up top just to kind of see, because I haven't actually walked this yet, just to kind of see what this is like. So we're really close to the top, so there's not a lot to like look up at, but eventually I want to do something else with the ceiling. I'm still planning that out. I don't have any ideas for it yet. Eventually I want to redo something with the ceiling, so hopefully that'll give us a bit of an idea. I don't have the connector in here yet. I still need to add that in because I'm not sure what to do with it. But yeah, this is super cool. And then this will, of course, go off this way. Our Mesa portal will probably... Our Mesa portal is pretty much exactly in line with this. So we will... You can see all the other gases I've been shooting over here when I was working here earlier. And then our raid farm portal is over that way, through that hole, and then that way a bit. So we'll just have to branch off and go that direction at some point. But if we head over this way, I've got something that I've put in place that is... The redstone concept is there, but it looks real rough at the moment. Basically, I need to stretch this out so that this ends up being 6 wide. So we're going to push this wall out once this happens. But what I've set up here is a minecart kind of stop-start station. And I'm going to set one up at the other end as well. But basically what this does is when you come in with a minecart, and I don't have an extra one on me to demonstrate, but when you come in on a minecart, it'll hit this, I think I can stand here. Yeah, I can. It will hit this cactus and pop off, so you'll be left standing here and you can just walk right out. And the minecart goes down into this little hopper, which goes into a dispenser that is below here. But when you press the minecart, you'll see a couple of things happen. One, we get sent off, and you saw another minecart get set up right here at the start. Already ready for the next person that comes up. So I can't really get back there, but basically there's a redstone line that goes back. There's 2 repeaters on full delays back there. That's so that our minecart has time to get out before the next one is dispensed, because if the timing isn't long enough, the next one will dispense and it'll already get sent off because these rails will still be powered. But the timing is all perfect so that when you hit this, you'll get sent off. The next one will be ready for whoever comes up next. And of course, it doesn't interfere with one another. So when we come in, or when we come back, we won't end up hitting that minecart or anything. We'll just go straight over here and it'll pop off and go in here. But yeah, I ran out another brick because I used all of it on that bridge over there. So I need to get some more nether brick, and I need to open this up a little bit and figure out how we're going to transition from a 4-wide bridge path to a 3-wide tunnel. I think I'm just going to have this area here be super open, and then, I don't know, that tunnel's just going to be off-centered a little bit. There's not really much I can do about it. Another thought that I had was to have this station, I could extend it out a little bit and make it actually a 4-wide station. And I thought I could just have that be what you run into, and then you kind of have to walk around it to get in. And that would deal with the whole tunnel not being large enough issue, because you wouldn't even have to see it. But I'm not sure. I'm going to work that out. I just kind of wanted to get the concept in here, and this is pretty fun. I like this. It's a lot of fun to just get sent off without having to actually do anything. And once I have one set up at both sides, we won't have to worry about people not having minecarts anymore, because it'll just always be stocked with minecarts in there. So, but oh, I do have another one on me. I thought I didn't. Yeah, so that's what it does when you go in. And it obviously, I still haven't actually done it with me on it. Let me do that real quick. Oops, I broke my rail. Hold on. So if you're actually on it, this is what happens. You get sent in, it breaks off, Hopper picks it up before the player can, and you're left standing here, and you don't trigger this tripwire, because you actually have to be on the wire to trigger a tripwire. You can't be on the hook spot. So all works super well. But that is going to do it for this episode. I think this one was a little longer than usual. I did a lot of on-camera stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with what we got accomplished today. We got a lot of stuff done at the harbor, and this freaking bridge is awesome. We got to come up with another use for it, because we've got this building. I think I might do another one here, but I'm not sold on that idea. And it goes off that way, but we got to figure out what to do like with this end, because this currently just goes off and there's nothing for it to go to. There's really no reason for it to go this way. So I got to figure out something to do with that. I know we need to build a portal at the stronghold so that we can just go straight there rather than having to go to the island and then go back. And I think that's off this way somewhere, but I don't know how far. Actually, that may only be like right here. I need to figure out where that is. Because that would be super helpful so that I don't have to run through the island every time. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's end this episode off here. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the streams, because I've been really enjoying doing the live streams every time. I usually do those around mid-afternoon-ish Eastern time, if you want to check those out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.